Uh, good win by our guys. I think it's 2 out of our last 3 games that we've done a great job sharing the basketball. We had 33 assists on 51 made field goals. I thought our sprays were really, really good tonight to the guys along the three-point line. We touched the paint, we got it out. Malik had a couple of really, really big ones that made the game easier for everybody when he was on the floor. A lot of great individual performances, too. Domas just battled the whole night. 16 rebounds, 22 points. Huge double-double from him on a back-to-back. 2 guys off the bench were really good for us. Kevin and Keon, they were big time. Keon was defensive player of the game. But both those guys had a huge impact for us during their minutes on the floor. And, one of the things that we talked about was, and it hurt us at the end of last night's game, was we got to keep our opponents off the offensive glass. And in the first quarter, they got a couple of offensive rebounds. They took some long shots. The long shots bounced long, obviously, on the miss. And we have a tendency, when the shots go up, everybody kind of gravitate towards the charge line. And if it's usually a 3 that's being shot, the ball's going to hit and bounce over your head probably 7 to 8 times out of 10. And it happened to us. And Champagne hit a few threes. They had 15 second chance points in that first half. And we told our guys that if we can get back in transition and limit their ability to hit dagger threes, especially off the offensive rebounds, or spray threes, especially off the offensive rebounds, then we'll put ourselves in a better position. And I give our guys credit. They cleaned it up. San Antonio had 4 second chance points in the second half. So that was the biggest difference in the game for us.
You had mentioned before the game that a product of Keon not playing the last couple of games was the fact that you guys needed to play with size. You obviously could go smaller tonight because they lost their 2.
Right.
They didn't have their 2 starting, or their 2 top centers. Does Keon stay in? Did he show you enough tonight that he can stay in the rotation, or how do you assess how you will use him moving forward?
He played well tonight, but nobody's guaranteed anything on this team. I'm gonna play Fox. I'm gonna play DeMar. I'm gonna play Domas. I'm gonna play Malik. I'm gonna play Keegan. Most likely Kevin. Everybody else has to continue to earn it, and it's Malik. That's Keon. That's Isaac. That's whoever else is left. But if you look at any team out there, lineups change all the time, rotations change all the time, and there's nobody out there, especially any good team, where you're guaranteeing everybody's going to play all the time. You just got to stay ready. Orlando played tonight. I don't know when the last time he played. Alex played tonight. I don't know the last time he played. So everybody's got to stay ready. Keon was huge. He was really, really big for us tonight on both ends of the floor, and he's going to keep getting opportunities. But like I said, there's nothing that's guaranteed for anybody on this team, especially the guys that I mentioned after the mainstays.
You had 54 points in the paint. How does the plan of attack change with Victor out and then them losing Collins?
Yeah, and you said it yourself. They had to go. They had Bassie there, but then they had to go small. And, at Domas' size and his strength and his footwork, he had a good game down in the paint. At times they had to go double him, and he did a fantastic job kicking it out, getting our guys shoot open looks. But also, when you drive, if Wemby's not down there, and even Collins to a certain degree, you're able to get to the rim and have a chance to finish. It's a different animal when Wemby's on the floor as opposed to off the floor. And our guys tried to play the right way, whether he was here or not. I just like the way we played offensively, and we have to keep trying to do that going forward.
You guys, open threes, your numbers have not been good for most of the season. How do you view that in terms of, like, for you, is it something where those shots are going to fall and you're going to keep telling your guys to get these looks that they've been getting, or do you need to make adjustments to try to be more efficient long term with the three ball?
I don't know if I don't know where we sit statistically in open threes, so it's tough for me to answer it.
A lot of you guys are like low 30s.
Well, there's a difference between open threes or missed threes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I know I like the looks we got last night in Memphis. I like the looks we got tonight. You know, the one thing that we have to continue trying to do is when we touch the paint, there are shooters that are open, and we have to trust our teammates and spray the basketball. And when we do, it's usually good results. But I thought a lot of our looks last night were open. We just couldn't make them. So we got to keep shooting them. We can't stop shooting them. But in the same breath, our level of concentration whenever we're shooting, pregame, shoot around, practice, doesn't matter. Our level of concentration has to increase. I'm a firm believer that work breeds confidence. And so our guys need to keep shooting the ball while keep trying to touch the paint and help your teammate get easier looks.
What strikes you about DeMar reaching 24,000 points and all the names that he joins in that list?
I mean, it's just an absurd number. But being around him, for sure, you can see how he got there. His ability to get to his spot, and I think everybody on that list, they had a spot or two that they knew if they got there, it was a wrap. And so being around DeMar for the short amount of time I've been there, you can see how it makes sense that he's on the list, but it's just an absurd amount of points to be scored for anybody.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Good.